In this problem, we will be discussing about the problems from Atcoder beginner contest 164. We will solve first 4 problems from this contest in this video. So let's get started. The first one is sheeps and wolves. In this problem, we are given a number of sheeps and a number of wolves, and if the number of wolves is greater than or equal to the number of sheeps, then we will have to print the word unsafe, and otherwise we'll have to print safe. So firstly we will keep the variable for sheep. Number of sheep with S and number of wolves with W. Then we will check with an if condition. If the number of sheep is less than or equal number of wolves, then we will print unsafe. And otherwise we will print safe. So let's run for the first test please. That's correct. So this is it will be correct also. Yeah, that is also correct. So let's submit this one. I hope it will get AC. It is got AC. So let's go to the next task. Next task name is battle. So in the problem statement, there are 2 kinds of monster are there, and for the first monster it has health A and attacking power B, while the second monster has health C, initial health, and the attacking power is D. So in the first turn, the first monster will attack to the second monster, and after the attack the health of the second monster will be decreased by the attacking power of first monster, and in the second turn the second monster will attack the first monster, and the health of the first monster will be decreased by the attacking power of the second monster. So in this way the battle will be going on, and until one of them until the health of one of them will be less than or equal 0. The monster which will first get its health less than or equal 0, it will lose. So we will have to check whether the first monster will win or not. If the first monster will win, then we will have to print yes, and otherwise we will have to print no. So let's go to the code. What is the constant? Here it is easily fit in the integer. So what will we do, that we will go for a brute force approach for each turn. Let's make a for loop. Okay, this will be infinite, and when the battle will be ended, then it will get broken. And in the first turn, the I will be 0, and also in the third turn, the I will be 2, which are even numbers, and in the second turn the I will be 1, and the third turn the I will be, sorry, in the fourth turn the I will be also odd number. So whenever the I is even, it is the turn for the first monster to attack, and whenever the I is odd, it is turn for the second monster to attack. So if the I is even, then the health of the second monster will be decreased by amount of B. So C minus equal B. Otherwise the health of the first monster will be decreased by D. So A minus equal D. Now we will check if any of them gets the health less than or equal 0, then we will break the program there and print the answer. So if A is less or equal 0, that means the first monster has lost. So we will have to print no for this, and we will also use a break statement to get out of the loop. And if C is less or equal 0, that means the first monster has won. So we will print yes. And also we will have a break statement here. Let me check the first input. Yeah, it's correct. There is also another one. And it is correct too. So let me submit the code. It's got also AC. So let's go to our next problem. Well, in this problem we are given some strings, n number of strings, and we will have to print which string has been occurred maximum times. Sorry, actually we will have to print how many different or how many distinct string has been occurred in the test case. Like here 3 strings are there: apple, orange and apple, and distinct strings are apple and orange. So 2 distinct strings are there, and we have printed there 2. And here 5 grapes are there, and the number of distinct string is 1. So we have printed here 1, Similarly, for the third case, there are 1, 2, 3 and 4 distinct strings, and so we have printed 4. So basically what will we do in this problem, that we will just use STL map or multiset to solve this problem. Sorry, multiset, not multiset. We will use set or map to solve this problem. So let's do the code. So let me do it with using set. We'll keep a set to find how many distinct strings are there. The size of set will be the answer. Set will be the distinct strings. So we'll input them. So each time we input a string, we will insert it into the set. So as we know, set does not hold the duplicate elements. So the answer will be just the size of the set. So let's print the answer. Okay, the answer is correct for the first input. Second input, yeah, this is also correct. And the last one, yeah, this is also correct. Let me submit the code. Yeah, this is also good. SC. And so we'll move to the next problem. The next problem is multiple of 2019. So I have read the program, and this is basically a DP problem and a basic DP problem actually. So in this problem we are given a string and which will only hold the characters from 1 to 9. So it is just a string representation of an integer, and the string size will be so large that 2 into 10 to the power 5. So basically it is just big integer. So we will working on this, and what we will have to ask to do, that we will have to count the number of substrings, actually, which are the multiple of 2019. So which are the multiple of 2019? That means which are divisible by 2019. That means if a substring had been an integer, whether we'll have to check that whether it is divisible by 2019 or not. So we will be using a faster algorithm. So let's assume a number s. We suppose that s is an integer, and what will be if there is a substring, suffix substring actually, and suffix to substring which starts from I and ends at the end of that integer or end of that integer. Then if we divide this substring by 2019, then if we get the remainder is x, and there is also a substring that starts from j and ends at the end, that means suffix substring. So then if this also be divided by 2019 and the remainder is x, then the substring that starts from I and ends at j will also be substring starts from I and ends at j. If we divide this substring by 2019, then the remainder will be 0 here. So that means this substring is divisible by 2019. So we will use this concept to solve this problem. And one thing I should mention that we are given the integer in decimal number system. That means the base is 10. So the 10 has two divisors, 2 and 5. It has 2 and 5 in its divisors, and 2019 has no 2 and no 5 in its prime factorization. So this problem is solvable by this technique. If the divider had 2 or 5 in its prime factorization, then the process would not be valid. So let's go to the code and we will be implementing the code here. So firstly we are given a string. So the next thing we will do, we will traverse the string from the end to the beginning. Let's hold the length of the string here. We're traversing the string from the end to the beginning. So we will keep an array. Let's call it dp. Okay, as it is a dp program, and okay, so size will be like len plus 1, and fill it with, let's fill it with 0 first, please. So what will this array basically store for dpi, the substring which has started at the position I and ends at the position at the end, that means the suffix substring which has started at I, and what is the remainder for this substring if we divide this one by 2019. The remainder will be held in this array variable. So we'll store the remainder if we divide the suffix started from position I, suffix that started from position I by 2019. Okay, so let's go to the next step. The value of dpi will be the next value of dpi plus 1 will be the value of dpi plus 1 plus p, where p is the current multiplier of multiplier of the current position for the integer. So suppose there is an integer like 120, what will be the decimal representation for it? 1 into 100 plus 2 into 10 and then plus 0 into 1. So this will be the decimal representation for this. So firstly, as we are counting from the end of the string, then the firstly p will be 1, as p is indicating this one, that means the multiplier for this position, and so p will be 1 at the very beginning. So the character we will convert the current character to an integer representation by making it minus character 0. So then it will be multiplied by p, and the whole thing will be mod by 2019. Okay. So after each turn, p will be increased, p will be multiplied by 10, and also as we will be running out of memory, and so we'll take the mod value of p always by mod by 2019. So the next thing is, like as we said, that if the remainder for suffix starting from I and the suffix starting from j is equal, then we will take the substring from I to j as and count the substring as a valid answer. So we have to keep track of the remainders we have already found, so that we can multiply for each time we get the same remainder again. Like we will keep an array count, count, which will keep track the whether how many times this remainder has been occurred so far. So what will be the size of this array? The size of this array will be, there will be no remainder which is larger than 2019, so the size of the array will be 2019, and we will also initialize with all the elements there with 0. So we'll keep an variable for answer. Answer can answer can be overflowed, so we'll be using long for answer. And what will the count array do? That simply I will be holding the frequency for I occurring as remainder. So okay, the next thing we will be counting the answer plus equal the current remainder we have got. The current remainder we have got is dpi. So the current remainder we have got dpi, and the answer will be increased by how many times already the current remainder has been occurred so far. So what is the number of current remainder has been occurred so far has been stored here in the count array. So current remainder. So after calculating the answer, we will increase the current remainder's occurrence with 1 also. One thing I've missed, that at the initial position, that we will at the very initial position when the string has not started already remainder 0 has been occurred, because if there is nothing or empty string for that, we will consider that as 0. So count 0 will be 1 here. So let's print the answer now. We have already done the solution. It will be correct. Let me run this one. Okay, I have to comment it out. So let me check for the first input. It's 3 and okay, it's 3 and second input. It's 2 and the third one it's 0 and outputs are correct. One thing I want to also to see that the values of GP array. So if we start from the very beginning until the end, then it will be the values of DP array actually. Cout GP I. I'm showing this one so that you can understand a bit easily what is happening here. And the string value also. Okay. So for which case I can show you. For the first case, let me show you this one. Okay. So if we have the integer from last to the first position from the last, and what will get 4 if we divide 4 by 2019, the remainder will be 4, and for the last two character the integer consisting of the last two character is 14, and if we divide 14 by 2019, then the remainder will be 14. Then if we take the last three character 114, if we divide it by 2019, then the remainder will be 114 also, and it will be continued. And then here if we take the last five integers, then it is divisible by 2019, so the remainder is 0. And we have assumed that if the empty string is empty string, if we whenever we will be considering the empty string, the remainder will also be 0. That means after 4 there is an 0 hiding here. So this particular part of substring will be counted as one substring which has been divisible by 2019. So the answer will be plus plus here when we are at this position. Then after that we will be keep tracking on. Then the count of 0 will also be increased by 1. That means it was before this operation it was 1, and now it will be 2, and all these remainders will be 1 as we are approaching. So then if when we will be then this position, we have already 95 here, and the count of 95 is also 1, so the answer will be plus equal 1. And the 95 for 95 it will be the count will be increased by 2, and later on whenever we will get 95, then the answer will be plus equal 2, and the frequency of 95 will also be increased by 1, and it will be 3. These things will keep going and work. So let me submit this code. I hope it will get easy. Let me comment out these things. I have to comment out this here for the page. Okay, this character. Let me submit this code. Okay, I think it works. Yes, it is. Yes. So I think you have learned something from this video, and so see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.